A brand new season of anime is almost upon us, and it'll give us a brand new list of amazing anime titles. Anime fans all over the world are hyped up for all the upcoming series that we'll get this season. Oh, I was actually so excited myself I almost forgot to do the intro for today's video. Hi there my fellow weebs, I'm Anime Sensei, and today we'll take a look at the best upcoming anime of summer 2020 that the whole anime community is hyped up for. Now without further delay, let's get started.
蘇生で生き返った人間は元の人間なのか、それとも全く同じ性格、記憶、体を持っただけの別人なのか。さてお前はどっちだと思う？
First off, we have The Misfit of Demon King Academy. This anime can be classified as an isekai, as the protagonist does get reincarnated, but not in another world. The protagonist in this series is the Demon Lord himself, the guy who was the most powerful being in his time, and he had the power to kill humans, elementals, and gods. However, the Demon Lord had grown tired of his life, and wanted a change of pace. So, he decided to travel 2,000 years into the future to see what his descendants would be capable of. And to his surprise, because of the sudden disappearance, the world had become a much more peaceful place. And no one's powerful anymore. So the Demon Lord joins a school for Demon Lord candidates. And the school tells him that he's not strong enough to become the Demon Lord. Oh, how the tables have turned. Now, the isekai genre just keeps on delivering, and this anime seems like a very fresh take on the isekai genre, and it'll be very entertaining to watch. The studio behind it is Silver Link, so you can betcha the animation's gonna be quite good.
お疲れ様、サーフェンキット。どうかした？
Coming up next, we have Monster Girl Doctor. Imagine being a doctor. Yeah, I know, it sounds like a pretty boring job that'll probably be extremely straining and stressful for most of us. Now imagine being a doctor for monster girls. Now that, my friend, is the ultimate dream of every otaku. The story of this anime takes place in a world where humans and monsters coexist. Our protagonist is Dr. Glenn, who's not just any doctor. Dr. Glenn is a doctor for monster girls. With a Lamia named Safi as his assistant, the doctor's clinic attracts all kinds of monster girls. Our amazing doctor's day could get spent palpulating the injury of a mermaid, or suturing the delicate wounds of a flesh golem. No matter what, this guy performs his job with confidence and grace. The plot of this anime seems pretty interesting and unique. We've seen a lot of anime about monster girls, but this one still gives us a fresh take on the genre. The anime is gonna get animated by Arbo Animation, which is a relatively new studio, so fans have extremely high hopes.
こんなクズの彼女なんて。
これが私の仕事。楽しかった。またね、運命なんて。
Next up, we have Rent a Girlfriend. In this anime, you can literally rent a girlfriend for yourself. Kazuya Kinoshita is a college student who gets emotionally shattered after he's dumped by his girlfriend. This guy feels extremely lonely, so he hires a girl from the Rent a Girlfriend mobile app. Chizuru Mizuhara is the girl who ends up going on a date with him. The girl is perfect in every shape and form, and she shows him the best time of his life. Despite thinking of her as the best girl in the entire world, Kazuya sees the mixed opinions on this girl's profile and decides to give her a bad rating because he feels like the girl was playing with him on their first date. Chizuru gets extremely angry at Kazuya for giving her this bad rating. At the very moment when Chizuru is confronting Kazuya, Kazuya's grandmother collapses, and the boy is forced to bring Chizuru with him to the hospital. Talk about a slick move. The grandmother recovers easily, and she's extremely happy to see Kazuya, her grandchild, finally in a relationship. Now Chizuru and Kazuya are forced to pretend to be in a relationship with each other. Does the plot of this anime sound dumb? Yeah. Will this anime still get popular? Yeah. The anime is being animated by TMS Entertainment, which is also responsible for some other very popular anime, so the animation quality in this anime will most likely be top tier.
するんすか？先輩そうやってすぐ僕。
この野郎。
照れてんすか？
照れてね。
Up next, we have Usagi-chan Wants to Play. Just as the title of this anime suggests, this anime is about a 19-year-old girl who wants to play with her senpai. This somewhat ecchi anime is about a senpai-kohai relationship, which will slowly grow as the show progresses. 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸 is the male lead in this anime, and he has only one wish. This guy wants to live in peace without any kind of distractions. However, 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸's underclassman, named Usaki, wants to hang out with him. The show is actually quite wholesome and funny. This anime is a definite must-watch from this season, as it will bring something light-hearted and new to the table. We'll follow the story of 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸 and Usaki, as their everyday life brings tons of new adventures. The studio behind this anime is a relatively new one, which is responsible for only one other anime, but fans still have pretty high expectations for it.
言わなければわからない。言ったとしても伝わらない。
And up next we got My Teen Romantic Comedy, Season 3. Origairu's coming back to us this season with yet another amazing addition to the series. The Season 3 of this anime will further expand the story of our favorite group of high school students. For all you weebs who haven't watched this anime yet, I definitely recommend that you go and binge watch it all right now. This anime follows the story of a high school student named Hachiman Hikigaya, who has had a very traumatic experience in his social life. And his dead social life has caused his personality to morph into something extremely unlikable, as he believes that the concept of youth is not even a real thing. After he submits an essay with his sick mentality, Hachiman's homeroom teacher gets concerned and forces him to join the Volunteer Service Club. This club is supposed to help students face their problems in life. However, there's one small problem. The only other member is also just a loner who's trying to survive the high school life. This is how our protagonist's teenage romantic comedy begins, and it surely takes a lot of twists and turns. Coming in at the halfway point, we got Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time. This one is surely going to be one of the top tier ecchi shows of this season. The anime's whole plot revolves around sexual intercourse, so of course it's going to be quite interesting. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time follows the story of a man named Peter Grill, who would have guessed, who's the strongest fighter in the entire world. He also has a girlfriend, and he's slowly getting close to her. The man is living a very good and humble life, and plans to keep it that way. However, a normal and humble life is something that our boy Peter can just never really have, as he is the protagonist of an ecchi anime. The man is the strongest fighter in the entire world, so every girl wants to have sex with him in order to give birth to the strongest babies. Well, in my personal opinion, our boy Peter should just take advantage of the situation. The anime does have a pretty fun plot, and the animation also looks quite decent from the trailer. Next up, we got �sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld Part 2. �sword Art Online Alicization is the third major event of the �sword Art Online series, and this anime has gotten a lot of love from the anime fans all over the world. The Alicization series gives us a brand new plot with a brand new world, which is filled with amazing characters. Personally, I think that the Alicization series is better than any other �sword Art Online series that came before it. �sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld Part 2 is going to be the final season of the Alicization series, and in this season we'll finally get to see our boy Kirito in action again. A very big war was going on in the previous season, which completely hyped up all the fans of this series. The war is being fought on a very big scale, and it is the deciding factor on which the fate of our heroes depends. Let's all hope that our heroes can finally win this war once Kirito comes back on the battlefield. This season is also going to have just as good animation as all the other entries of Alicization. Taking the third spot, we got Fire Force 2. The Fire Force gang is also returning this season with an amazing entry. The second season of Fire Force will further expand on the story, and it'll finally tell us more about the real enemies of our heroes who are causing the spontaneous human combustion. The new season is going to show us some of our favorite old faces, and there will also be some new characters. Fire Force is going to be stronger than ever before, as there are a lot of new recruits who joined up with our heroes. As Company 8 is getting closer to finding out the truth of spontaneous human combustion, Shinra is also getting closer to finding out about the person who's behind the murder of his family. Hopefully our boy will also be successful in bringing his baby brother back to the good side. This new season is going to be an action-filled rollercoaster ride that we just can't miss out on. On second place, we have The God of High School. The God of High School is going to be one of the most important anime of summer 2020. Actually, no. This anime is going to be one of the most important anime of this year, as it has not been adapted from a manga. The God of High School is a very special anime which has been adapted from a Korean comic. Korean comics are very popular and they have fans all over the world. The God of High School is one of the most popular Korean comics which follows the story of a high school boy named Mori-jin. Mori-jin is a taekwondo specialist who's taking part in a fighting tournament which is being held in Korea. As the story continues, Mori-jin finds out that this is no ordinary tournament. There's something far sinister going on underneath the covers. The plot of this anime sounds quite simplistic, but the way the story develops is quite interesting. The God of High School is going to get animated by Studio Mappa, which is a well-respected studio in the anime world.
何度でも
大丈夫？スバル、どうしたの？
レムはどうした？
レムって誰のこと？
And finally, number 1, 𝐜𝐴 Season 2. Now let's talk about the number 1 anime that the entirety of the anime community has been desperately waiting for. 𝐜𝐴 is seen as the king of all isekai anime, and it has an extremely impressive plot which takes a lot of interesting twists and turns. The first season of this anime aired almost 4 years ago, and fans have been waiting for a sequel ever since. The first season introduced us to the story of our protagonist called Subaru. Subaru seems just like an average otaku who's been reincarnated into a fantasy world. However, he's not an average person, as he has a very strange power which lets him go back in time. Resetting time does sound like a pretty overpowered and amazing ability on paper, but for our boy Subaru, it's the worst nightmare. We witness how the poor lad dies again and again, and goes back in time again and again, with his memories intact. The next season will be just as amazing, and it'll further mess up Subaru's sanity. There you have it, guys, a list of the best anime that are coming out in the summer season of 2020. There are certainly some very interesting titles in this list. Let me know in the comments down below about the series that you're most excited for. Also, don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. My name's been Anime Sensei, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
格闘技に興味あるなんて。
だって私強い人が好きだから。あなたたちすごく